So actually, the way I want to phrase it is the number one skill necessary for success in life is communication skills. And specifically in this video, I usually talk a lot when I say communication skills on internal communication, how we communicate with ourselves, and external communication. But in this video specifically, I want to talk specifically about external communication and how we communicate with the world, and how learning to communicate, learning how to speak, I feel has been one of the main reasons I've been able to level up my life. Now, I think the saying when they say, your net worth is your network is 100% true. Because when you think about it, bro, like, the people that you surround yourself with are where your beliefs, your ideas, the mentality you have is going to come from. Your environment is extremely important when it comes to shaping your brain. And, I think a lot of us assume that we have more control over our thoughts and feelings and brain and actions than we do. But a lot of it is going to be on autopilot. A lot of it is based on the environments we surround ourselves with. So if you're surrounding yourself with people that aren't on the same frequency at the same time that you're on, you're going to naturally take that in to your brain, and that's going to manifest through your actions. Now, how does this relate to communication? Well, in order to get around a higher frequency thought pattern type of network, then you need to improve the communication skills and social skills necessary to thrive in that network. Because ultimately, people only want to network and be around people who they deem as valuable. And there's not too many ways that we can show our value, but one of the main ways that we show our value is by what we say. Someone can come in a room and you can have a certain interpretation on them based on the way they look. But then when they speak, that lets you know who they really are. That lets you know what's really going on in their brain. So that's why I know it's so important for business, making money, networking. Like, if you want to make more money, bro, right now, shake more hands, meet more people, more people with money. Like, it's really that simple. Like, I know we want to overcomplicate and think, what skills do I have to get? What's the best business model? All this different stuff, which is important. You should know yourself. You should know your gifts. However, if you really want to level up quickly your network, is just start seeking out and surrounding yourself with higher net worth and value individuals. And the same thing goes for relationships and dating. I can't tell you, like, learning how to communicate, learning how to influence, learning how to persuade, learning sales skills has helped me in the dating realm tremendously, bro. Because, like, a lot of people, they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to speak, they don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to get their point across, they don't know how to say what they want, they don't know how to figure out who the girl really is and how to tap into who she really is and be relatable. So how can you, watching this video, level up your communication skills? Well, I think, the 80-20 rule applies in communication just like it does with anything else. And what the 80-20 rule says is that 80% of your results is going to come from 20% of your actions. And I think that the number one key to good communication, as cliche as this might be, is your energy, is your state, is your health, basically. So one of the best things you could do for your communication skills is be a healthier individual. Because, like, if we are dehydrated, let's just say, like, if you're just slightly dehydrated, your brain could be operating at maybe 40% of its full capability, and you wonder why the words aren't there for you to say. So first, let's get to the point to where we're using everything that's in our brain already. And then that leads to the next point is, once you have that peak state, then you need certain information that's valuable to others to say. And a lot of things what's going to be valuable is something that's entertaining and something that's educational. So, for example, when it comes to an entertaining way to communicate, you want to tell a lot of stories, and you want to make a lot of examples and use a lot of metaphors. And this will allow you to connect with people's thought patterns more easily, because stories are something we all can relate to. And to take that on the educational side, through those stories, you can be able to give people valuable information they can use to improve your life. Just like starting off this video, I talked about a Will Smith YouTube video that I used to watch, that gets me pumped up and excited for reaching my goals and manifesting success. So, I'm not saying I'm the best storyteller in the world. I'm not saying I'm the best communicator in the world, but I have put intention to cultivating the skill set of speaking and communication ability. And I've noticed that that's really what's greatly improved my results in my life. From sparking up random conversations to people I meet in just everyday life, and then having that conversation lead to a meaningful relationship, whether in business, whether personally, whether, intimately with women, being able to approach someone, not having social anxiety. A lot of us have social anxiety when it comes to meeting with people and talking to people. And I used to be in the same spot, back when I was 16, 17, 18, I used to be uncomfortable in situations where I had to speak or public speak or being around a lot of different people. I used to try to be in my head too much about, oh, this person's looking at me or this person's judging or anything like that. When the reason being, again, going back to the 80-20 rule, I felt like I just wasn't in a healthy space at the time. I was smoking weed, stealing, beating my, we ain't gonna talk about it, but, not eating the healthiest. Once you stack on all these unhealthy habits, you're not gonna view yourself as valuable. You're not gonna view yourself as worthy. You're not gonna view yourself with the high level of self-esteem needed to want to communicate with others, needed to want to spread who you are to other people. But once you feel good, once you start eating healthy, once you start practicing those healthier habits, now you're going to be more open and more wanting to share the energy that you feel inherently. So, sum up the video, man. Focus on communication skills. Focus on learning how to speak. Focus on learning how to influence. Focus on learning how to tell stories. Focus on social skills. Focus on social interactions. This is something I'm leveling up even more now because I'm just now, I won't say just now, but I'm deepening my awareness on how important it actually is to level up in these areas, because everything is a relationship. That's a different video. Everything's a relationship, and all relationships need good communication to thrive and be the best they possibly can. So in order for you to do that, focus on your health, focus on being at peak state, focus on having energy, focus on feeling good, because then when you feel good, you're going to be able to convey everything that you have to offer to another person, and you're going to be more likely to get into that flow state. And in order to be more valuable to those people, we have to learn different information. Specifically, learn better skills with storytelling, learn more valuable information that can help change someone's life, become deeper into your craft, into your skill set, and understand how you can present your craft and your skill set a little bit better to others. And all these things are just going to improve the results that you get in your life. And the last thing I want to say about communication and learning how to speak is that as you expand your vocabulary, you also expand your ability to have more creative ideas and to think more broad. Because right now, your thought patterns and the way that you think and your ideas is limited by the vocabulary that you currently have. Some things you can't think about because the words aren't there, so you chalk up certain events as one thing when that could have a totally different meaning if you start to associate it with a different word. And that'll happen naturally with reading. Anytime you don't know a word, I encourage you to look it up and learn what that word means and just keep doing that. That's what I always do. Anytime I come across a word, it's words I done looked up 10 times, but on the 10th time, you finally understand what it means. And then you start to naturally incorporate it in your everyday vocabulary. And then again, your mind starts to open up, new neural pathways start to connect, and you really start to have more profound, better ideas. You're better able to speak and have get your point across and have people receive exactly what you meant to say. A lot of stuff can get misconstrued if we don't have the right words to say. You may say one thing thinking it means something, but to that person it can mean something totally different. For example, you could say, I can't think of nothing right now, but maybe oh, this person stabbed me in my back. Did they really stab you in your back? Or I feel betrayed in this moment. This is important for any type of relationship, but in your intimate relationships, you may have to discuss certain issues you have with certain things. You may have to describe how you feel and your feelings. And when the words just ain't there, or somebody's using words that you don't understand, you're really not getting the full depth of your human emotion, and you're not fully being able to express the full depth of your human emotion. And therefore you're going to have more barriers and blockages, and areas where the true energy that you are isn't allowed to flow, because you haven't been focusing on continuous growth, which is very important for the fulfillment and the betterment of you as a human being and reaching your full potential. So hope that makes sense. That's what we do on this channel, is we try to become the best version of ourselves every single day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video if you like the video. Comment what you want to see next. Feel free to DM me on Instagram any questions that you have, and I'll answer them in one of my next videos. Follow me on Instagram at Javian Hodges, and I will catch all of y'all in the next video.